My daddy let me play his account. He said I need to have some practice playing front lines, where you have to go in the front line. I only have tier 2 tanks. So, what's this guy doing here? Hey, you're in that little tank. You should move up and be in the front line. I've got the big gun. It's my daddy's. I've only got tier 2 tanks, but my daddy has lots of big tanks. What's this guy doing? Hey, get up there. This is the front lines. You have to go in the front line. You can't just sit back here in your little tank. This isn't for tier 2 tanks, you know. You have to play with your big tank. Hey, come on. That's not how you play a front line. I played this 2 times. You have to move forward in the front line. Come on. Hey, what are you doing? Hey, get off me. What's wrong with you? Move up there and get into the base near the front line. There you go. Okay, you can go respawn now and then get a fast tank and go into the front lines. I'm going to sit back here. Oh, here comes an enemy. Oh, I have to turn around. Oh, stupid rocks in the way. Oh, Daddy, I don't know. Someone's gonna shoot me, Daddy. What happens if I shoot him with this big gun? Can I just shoot him once? Daddy, I don't know what to do. What am I gonna do? Oh, I'll just... Maybe someone can help me. Team, help. Oh, here comes another one. Oh, I got him. Hey. Oh, I like this tank, Daddy. Stupid rock. Who put that stupid rock here? What's this guy doing here? How come he's not in the front line? Shoot. Oh, he was already dead. I shot him anyway. But there's a big gun. Oh, here I go. Hey, come on, get back here and fight. What's wrong? Oh, you're dead. I like this tank. Thank you, Daddy. I like this front lines.
Or say, hey guys, it's Claus. Yes, front lines. Wasn't it fun? It's gone. Oh well. Let's get back to the same old shit now. As the title suggests, we're going to have a serious conversation here. We're going to watch Shix, the animal from the Fame clan.
Yeah! Hey, you guys!
Playing a Centurion A10? Action 10? Action X? Whatever you want to call it. And he's going to have an absolutely incredible game. No shenanigans or weirdness going on here. No biggest asshole, no carry the stupids. Just watch what he does. I'm going to comment on the game and have a little serious conversation with you at the same time. I'll give you a little update on what's going on in Klaus's world. I'm going to take a trip. I have to take a trip for 2 weeks. Now you just watch and enjoy the game and watch what he's doing. I'll comment here and there, and because he does some pretty amazing things, like miss some tanks and play hull down and all that shit. But anyways, I'm taking a trip for about 2 weeks. I have to go visit Papa Claus and Mama Claus, and they live on the other side of the country, basically. So I'm going out there to visit them for 2 weeks. But do not despair. I will be gone for 2 weeks, but you will still get a video every day because that's what I want to do. I want to give you guys a video every day. How am I going to do that? Well, let's get into the trip first here. So Papa Claus and Mama Claus are getting on in age and are planning to move. They're in living in a house right now, and it's getting to the point where stairs are becoming difficult, and maintenance around the house and the yard and the work and everything that goes with they got this house with stairs everywhere, right? And they're getting older, and they've bought a condo and are moving. And not yet. They're moving in, I don't know, like when the condo's ready in 6 months or something like that. But this is the first trip is to get rid of a lot of stuff that you know how old people are. They start worrying about the stuff. There's this stuff in the garage. There's 2 boxes and there's some old pots. And what are we going to do with them? And I just say, well, throw them out. And but the older generation, things are not as simple, or maybe more simple than they are for the new generation, and they have different ways of handling things, and need some help. And so I'm going back there to help them out, kind of the pre-moving trip, and then when they're going to move, I'm going to go back out there and help them move. So going back to help the parents and visit the parents, and enjoy my time out there for 2 weeks, and help them out and have a good visit, get them ready for moving. But you're going to get a video every day anyway, because lately, I'm leaving in a couple of days here, but for the last little while, like I usually record a video and release it, and you get a video every day. So what am I going to do for 2 weeks while I'm gone? I have to have 14 videos ready. So for the last little while, I've been, when I get your video ready, I actually record another one and have it, just ready. And I've been doing this for some time now, and I've built up an inventory of about 14 that I'm going to load and have them release automatically for you. How's that? Because you can't just sit one day and say, I'll record 23 videos and then take the month off and just record, because it's impossible. Well, I mean, I guess it's not impossible, but they would be pretty shit videos, because you got to be in the mood, and you got to get, you got to just be, you can't just rattle off. You can't just say to Michelangelo, hey, Mickle, get up there and paint that roof, and then this statue needs to be done, and there's a guy who wants this portrait, the King of Spain wants. Can you just do that this weekend? You can't just rattle them off, right? It took them 4 fucking years to paint the ceiling. But I digress. So anyways, I've got an inventory ready for you guys. I've been working hard. I've got bloodshot eyes, and actually, after doing this marathon of recording to get ready for you guys, I'm actually a little pooped, and will enjoy my break. Now let's just look at the game here for a second, and you watch what the animal, I'm going to call him the animal here, is doing in his Centurion Action X. He's got 3 stripes on his barrel, so he's better than almost everyone. And have you noticed what he's been doing? It seems like he's just driving around and shooting, but if you look closely, or if you rewind and actually watch the video instead of listening to me, you'll notice that he is being very careful to keep the enemies that he's shooting, most of the time, outside his white circle, or very close to the outside of his white circle. Like, he just shot that guy. He's positioning himself all the time in positions where he can take shots and not get detected. He was detected that time, and now he's taking a hit. You see that? That was one of the first times he took a shot, when the enemies were inside his white circle, which is the maximum view range, not detection range, maximum view range for any tank. And immediately he got hit, and he's repositioning. He tends to drive around. You're wondering, why is he driving there? What does he do? He's always positioning himself so the enemies are on the edge of that maximum view range, or outside it if his teammates are spotting, so that his concealment will conceal him from them when he shoots. And that's what makes a 3-striper and a Unicom, is if you do not use those view range circles, if you just want to charge in all the time, you will never get 3 stripes on your barrel, ever. Imagine if this was like a real, you're really in charge of a tank and you're in a war, right? Like, would you? Oh, there they are. There's the enemies over there. Let me charge in front of them so they can see me and fight. Would you do that? No, you don't do that. You'd say, let's stay over here on this ridge line and pound them and run away, because you don't want to get hit. All right, you observe that as this game goes on. He's either hull down, or he's keeping the enemies on the edge of his view range circle. And it's incredible to watch. And just take note of that while you keep watching this game. And take note of the blind shots he takes when he knows where the enemies are. Even though they're not rendered, he just shoots. Keep that in mind while you're watching. So anyways, the parents moved from Europe, Italy, to North America after the war, and Italy was basically almost completely destroyed. My dad's brother was already in Canada and said, "Hey, come on over here. There's jobs." And this was probably, I don't know, 10 years after the war, something like that. My dad was a kid during the war. But anyways, he got on a ship with a suitcase. His mother thought, well, you got to be prepared when you get to Canada. So she packed him long underwear and 2 pair of socks in his big suitcase, empty. You're going to need that case eventually. And he took the ship and came out here and moved in with his brother, signed up for some English classes, and went to work building North America in construction. And he was a teenager when he did this. Shows up in a foreign country, can't speak the language, with some long underwear and a pair of socks, moves into some crap hole with his brother and starts, from scratch. And works hard for a number of years until he can finally afford a second ticket and has Mama Claus come over to join him. And they both start from scratch. Getting back to the game here, you notice he's just positioned himself again so that most of the enemies are on the edge of his view range circles. Keep watching that, that's pretty important. But anyway, getting back to the story, that generation of people, my parents, the hard-working generation, they worked for everything they have. Every single little thing that they have, they worked hard for, and they never threw anything away, and they always reuse things, and they have just this mentality that anything you have is precious, and you should never throw anything away, and you should never waste anything. And they had to have that, coming from a destroyed country, showing up somewhere, a foreign land with nothing, not even being able to speak the language, and just clawing and grinding their way through, and now have a pretty good retirement. They take trips to Mexico and Hawaii and Florida every winter, 2-3 times, and they're just having a great retirement, but only through super hard work for most of their lives. Here's an example of the mentality anyway. It's probably about 15 years ago now. I remember trying to call my parents, and I'd always get, they wouldn't answer, and I'd get the answering machine, and then it would not allow me to leave a message. It would just click and hang up. And I tried to call them for weeks and weeks and couldn't leave a message. What the hell is going on? Finally, I had to call my sister. I do have a sister that lives in the same city that they do. And said, what the hell is going on? I'm trying to leave them a message. And she explained, oh, well, yeah, their answering machine broke. It's been broken for 6 months. And Dad, he won't buy a new one because he's trying to find someone that can fix it. It was one of those old $12 answering machines that had a little cassette tape in there that you have to press play to hear your messages, and it stopped working. And you at that time, you could have went out and bought another one for $15. Anyone would have just thrown it away. But not my dad. My dad's looking at it saying, look, it's perfectly fine. It's brand new. The only thing wrong with it is it doesn't take messages. Can't we phone someone, take it back? Maybe they can fix it. From his perspective, it was not something that you just throw away. And of course, he put it in the garage with all the other stuff that he has that stopped working or that he could save and maybe one day fix. Now watch this. He's flanked behind this IS-7, and his teammate, knowing that he's going to kill the IS-7 quickly, decides to just die, because that's what teammates do. But he's not only going to not die, he's going to make this E-100 look foolish. Watch this, watch this. Track the E-100, because it's a big, slow, stupid, heavy tank. And you're tracked. What are you going to do now in your big, stupid tank? Die, that's what you're going to do. Yeah, gotcha. And he's stunned, and he's got no HP, and there's 3 enemies left. You keep watching this, and I'll keep yakking. So he's got this stuff in his garage that he doesn't want to throw away, because that generation does not have the mentality to. They've not moved on to realize that it's cheaper to have a labor force in China make 10,000 answering machines than it is to have one fixed in North America by a answering machine repairman. You get what I'm saying? And so their whole, the way they lived their life of saving and using everything, they would never throw away a coat hanger if it broke or if it was bent, because you might need that to tie up your muffler in case the muffler in your car broke. So you'd put it in your car, or you could keep it in the garage to hang your old work clothes. Or, you know, simple little things like that. But you can imagine over time, this leads to a garage that's filled with interesting things. And I'm going out there to help them sort through a bunch of shit. I shouldn't say shit. I would call it shit, and you may call it shit. But to them, it's everything. It's a history of they keep their coffee machine in the garage, and their microwave. The microwave and coffee machine are in the garage because that would clutter the counter, and they like the counter to be clean. So we were over there once for Christmas dinner of a whole bunch of relatives, and it was after dinner. My dad says, anyone want coffee? And of course everyone wanted coffee. So, oh great, he gets up and walks out and leaves and goes into the garage. And people are, where's he going? Oh, he's going to go make coffee. What's the matter with you? He's going to warm the milk in the microwave and he's going to make coffee. You expect to make it here on the counter and clutter everything? What's wrong with you? Oh! Right? So I'm going back to help him out. But you're going to get a video every day. Oh, here's another one. My mom sent me a text. You know, they're high tech now. She sent me a text and she says, what are we going to do with those 2x4s that are in the garage? I told her, Mom, don't worry about it. When I get out there, we're going to sort it all out. She's insisting. We can't move and leave those 2x4s in there. Your dad thinks he needs to frame something. Why can't he just get rid of them? You know, it's going to be a shit show, but it's also going to be fun. And I'll have some interesting stories when I get back. But okay, let's watch the game here now, because look at this. There's 2 guys left. There's under a minute, and watch this. This is worth it. Just this piece here. Holy shit! It's a full health TD. He missed him, and he got missed. Now watch this. Watch this. This is why he has 3 stripes. He's got no HP. No issue, but is he going to run away? No, he knows that the best thing to do is to drive behind the TD. The tank that has 4 sides, only one of which has a gun sticking out of. So you can be on the left side, the right side, or behind the TD and be safe. There's only one side that you need to avoid, and he's avoiding it. And that's how you get 3 stripes, basically. How many of you would have just stopped in front of the TD, hid behind the rock, poked out, and died? Another 7 seconds left. Here he goes. Oh, there's the guy. If he tracks him, and but it's it's a draw. That's right. Yeah. What'd you say? You think that's anticlimactic? Look, a draw. Look at this. 8,000 damage, 8 kills. He's only got 1,007 XP for that. I don't know why. And for that effort, he can lose 27,000 credits with a premium account. Because why not? Seriously, guys, if you did not learn anything from that video, watch it again. Turn the volume off so you don't have to listen to me. And watch the view range circles. Take particular note of where he places himself on the map relative to the enemies. Watch the blind shots that he takes on tanks that he knows are still there. And watch how many times he shoots the track wheel of enemy tanks. Watch that, and hopefully you'll learn something. But hopefully you like my story too. And remember, while I'm gone, you will get a video every day. And hopefully I'll have some interesting stories when I get back. I like the conversation we usually have now where they ask me, when are you going to go back to work? When are you going to start working? And I explain to them, well, I am working. I've changed my career path. You're playing games. What do you mean? You're not working. You're playing games. Yeah, but it's this whole internet YouTube thing. What do you mean YouTube? What the hell is a YouTube going to do for you? Get off your ass and get to work. And it'll be some interesting conversation that I will share with you in another video.